Welcome back, everyone. I am Jason. This is Gaming with Jason, and I'm sure you probably had this question. Hey, how do I work the European doctrine? You sit here, you talk about the doctrine, but I don't know how to play it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I start the European doctrine, and kind of a little bit of what goes into your first few days of playing, and then after that, you should be able to figure it out. But I'm at least going to help you with the start of getting the European doctrine. So first thing that I always go in and do is I go into infantry. As you see, I record or I research both the infantry and the mech. Okay, and then from there. Once the infantry is done, I therefore go over to the strike fighter. Now, those are the two most important units to start with when you first go. As you see, I have not researched any armor yet, but I will be researching armor here shortly. However, if you go here and you look in my cities, you can see what I've done here in my cities. I have two level two with a recruiting office. So I did not build my arms industry first. I build the re, the recruiting office first, and then I build the level two one army base, and then one of the airfield. I upgrade that to two so that I can start doing that. So now I can, you see here, mobilize. I can now start building that. Okay, and let's see, I should have another one here, don't I? No, I do not. Okay, so as you see, now I can start working on that. So now I need to make sure that's unselected. Okay, so now my next base is going to be this one here. And so I just keep slowly upgrading these. And as you see, it's day 5, but I was already ready to develop, and I think I already have them. What city is this? Makassar. Okay, let's see. Um, no, that's no, 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 no. Okay, so yeah, I already have, as you see there. So the first day I'm already doing that. So by day 3, I already have my my first one going. And so what I do is here's kind of the methodology behind all of this. Okay, because Europe has a lot of resources, but it kind of has two main adversaries, which is the Western Doctrine, and the Western Doctrine is all air power. Okay, and so because of the NATO alliance, therefore they kind of have compatibility to work together. But that whole air vulnerability, if a Western doctrine is going up against a European doctrine, the European doctrine is fairly vulnerable. But that's because both doctrines are built towards the Eastern doctrine. Okay, and the Eastern doctrine is armor heavy. Okay, and I will actually show you over here. I have one. Let's see, day 15. This is a one time that we are doing. Okay, and I'll show you with the Eastern doctrine because it's so heavily armor. What you're doing is you're using your mech as armor. Okay, so right now I'm fighting India because he's just being a brat. I am solo by myself. I have nobody here that is my friend. So I may even be going for a solo victory. But here on the Eastern, so I'm using artillery and stuff like that. So the important part about how you use it against the Eastern doctrine, because quite frankly the European doctrine is butted up against the Eastern doctrine. It's not really butted up against a lot of Western doctrine, except for maybe like in Africa and the Middle East. Okay, but everything else that the European doctrine has to go up against is Eastern doctrine. So when you've got artillery coming at you, you need speed. So the units are much faster, especially if you're using mech. Now you've got much faster infantry, and not only that, they act as armor. So therefore, they are able to defend against, as you can see, like I've got my recon vehicles here. I have got a tank, my first tank over here. Okay, and so I'm just slowly taking this over and dealing with this, and then India decided to put his nose in this. Okay, so this is kind of like when you're looking at the doctrine, you kind of have to look at it through the what I like to call the CIA lens. Okay, so what is the CIA lens? The CIA lens is from civilizations. Most people that play games like this have probably played civilizations at one point in their life, and when you are doing military battle, there are there is a certain order of operation. So cavalry over artillery, artillery over infantry, infantry over cavalry. Okay, so CIA. And so whenever any developer, just in the same way that your first-person shooters were based off of Doom, a lot of your MMOs and your strategy games are based upon Civilization and their methodology, and this makes it a little bit easier to be able to listen to. But anyways, guys, thank you for being here, and thank you for all of this. I hope you learned a little bit about the European doctrine, and you have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already.